everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Elizabeth, the Southern gmoregals. We want to welcome you to our channel. We're participating in the Try It Tuesday challenge today. We're making 3 DIYs that all have bees in them, so stay tuned and let's get started with our DIYs. I purchased my sign from the Dollar Tree and I'm taking the word welcome off, and this is the shade that I'm going to paint it. I wanted it similar to a honey color, and the welcome will pop off. I just used my fingernails. You could use a little screwdriver, and it's metal so you could reuse it again on another project. I took some sandpaper and just tried to smooth it down a little bit before I painted my sign. And then I'm going to use these stencils. I'm going to use a honeycomb. I'm putting that in the left upper corner and then in the right lower corner. And I'm going to use some white or bright white chalk paint. That's what I'm using as my paint color. And then I couldn't find a stencil brush, so you could use a stencil brush, or I'm just using a little small paintbrush that I had from the Dollar Tree. Works fine too. And we're participating in the Try It Tuesday, and this is a sign that I saw that Teresa B DIY that she made on her channel. I love the little happy saying and the little sweet honeybee on her sign. So this is where I got my inspiration. Her information is listed down in my description box, so check out her channel. And then this is the rest. You can see I added the honeycomb to the right lower corner, and then I'm putting sweet as, and then I'm using the A again for the A there, and then honey, and then I'm going to use an actual picture of a bee stencil for the bee. I'm loving all the different bee DIYs that I've seen. I love the little cute honeybees and the bees that they have on all their designs. And then I also like this writing. I think it's a really cute shape. I'm taking one of the little small bees off. You can see there's a honeycomb on this one, and then I'm using a bigger bee down beside the word honey. And I'm just using the chalk paint again and using a brush here and going over the stencil. And here's the bigger little bee. He's got a little buzz trail coming behind him. He's really cute. Makes a really sweet looking sign. So again, I'm just going over him with some of the white chalk paint. So here's my little sign. This turned out so cute. I love the little cute bumblebees on here and such a sweet little saying on the sign. And it was so simple to make. All you had to do is have 2 paint colors, and to buy the sign only cost $1 at the Dollar Tree. So budget-friendly DIY. We're going to move on to DIY number 2. So we're participating in the Try It Tuesday challenge. That's where you recreate another DIYer's project and give them the credit for it in your videos. So you'll see that mentioned in my video. This is hosted by Unicorn Dust Designs and co-hosted by Indiana Jones this month. We want to give a big shout out and a thank you to both of them for allowing us to join the challenge. We're also listing their links in my description box along with the playlist of the other great crafters participating in the challenge, so check out their videos as well. And for my next project, I just bought the little shadow box at the Dollar Tree, and I'm using these like tongue depressors or wooden sticks to make my DIY. And I just disassembled my shadow box. The back will pop right off. It has a couple little staples or a couple little tacks in it you'll have to pop off. And it had a little butterfly on it, and I took that off of there. And then I'm going to paint the backing here. I'm going to paint that a black with just black paint. And I want these tongue depressors or wooden sticks here to look like a honeybee hive, so that's what we're making. And one side, I measured, you have to clip one side of it off to fit. I started to fight with a nail file, but that really wasn't strong enough, so I went and got a little sheet of sandpaper, and that worked good to round the other side of your stick, so they both have rounded edges. And after I got all my sticks cut, I just took some of the brown contact paper from the Dollar Tree and just stuck my little sticks onto there and then cut out around it until I got all of my sticks covered. So I moved outside here and I was under a red umbrella, so it looks a little red. I apologize for that. I just took some rubbing alcohol to rub the words off the glass, and I had to scrape it a little bit, and I just used my nail, or you could use a little toothbrush to get that off. And then I'm taking my glue gun and just gluing the little wooden sticks down in the shape of a beehive. And I just took the same black paint that I painted the background. I'm just going to make like a little opening to the honeybee hive. I'm just kind of making a rounded shape here and then filling that in. And I got my inspiration for my project number 2 here for this sign. Here's a picture of the sign that I'm kind of copying. This is from Crafting in Mimi's World. I love the cute little bee and the little sweet beehive or honey hive. So that's what I was trying to make. I didn't have the vinyl cutouts like that, so I wanted to make it in a different way, so I'm kind of recreating this on my own. I found these little bees. These are actually little buttons. I found those in Walmart, and I just snipped off the back part of the button so it'd lay a little bit flatter, and I'm going to use the glue gun. I'm going to put 2 on my beehive, and then I'm going to put 1 after I put some bows on here. And then I'm using just a little hot glue in all 4 corners just to hold this in place. I purchased a roll of yellow ribbon with some polka dots from Walmart, along with some of the buffalo plaid check from Walmart. And I just made 2 little simple bows, and I'm hot gluing both of these up into the left-hand corner, one on top of the other. And then I'm going to take another one of those cute little bumblebees and glue that into the center of the bows. Finished sign. This is a really cute sign too. I love the little honeybee hive and the little bees buzzing around. This is a budget-friendly design, really quick and simple to make. We hope you like this DIY. And we're going to have one final DIY. So for my bee hanger or my bee wreath, I did some disassembling and reassembling of these fairy wings. You'll need to purchase 2 sets of these. You're going to use 3 of the blue wings and just 1 of the red. I'm using this drawer liner, this print from the Dollar Tree. I'm tracing around that, cutting it out, and then hot gluing that onto 2 of the blue wings. These are held together by wire, so I left 2 of these together, and that's the side wings of the bee. And then I disassembled 1 of the red wings. I completely cut that off, and then I cut the other one off and shaped that into the head of the bee as a round circle. And I'm going to cover that with some of the black drawer liner from the Dollar Tree you'll see here. And I'm using 2 rows of that because you want that to be a little bit thicker. And I'm just hot gluing that into place and kind of folding that over the sides of the bee's head. And we're going to take some of the rope from the Dollar Tree and twist around this. So this is just kind of a backdrop for the bee head. So I got my inspiration for my design from the Crafting Cousins, where they made these wood round bee hangers. I thought this was such a cute idea. I've also seen these for sale online, so I'll put the link to that along with the Crafting Cousins in my description box. So here is the round wire with the black drawer cover. I'm using this rope I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I'm actually going to spray paint this black. After I get this twisted on here, I'm just using my glue gun, going around in a circle and completely covering the inside of this. So now I'm going to use the last blue wing that's going to be the body of the bee, and I took the mesh that was on there off and I twisted it at the bottom to make the point, and then I just reattached it onto the other two wings using some pliers. I just twisted that on there. I'm using some of the black drawer liner to cover it. I'm using 2 layers again with my glue gun. Now I've got the outline of my bee. I'm taking this brown rope from the Dollar Tree. I spray painted it black. I'm using my glue gun. I'm going all the way around both of the white wings with the black rope. And then I'm going to go all the way around the body or the black part of the bee there with the black rope. And to attach the head or the circle part, I did put some wire. I twisted that through the center of the bee just to make it a little bit more secure, because that piece is a little bit heavy with all of that rope. I just twisted it through the center there, and then I also went back and hot glued that underneath the parts of the wings of the bee just to make sure that stays good and stable. Now I just added a little bit more design. This is the way the one online had these little polka dots on it. So I'm just taking 2 layers of that black drawer liner, and I'm just taking a lid and cutting out some circles using my glue gun to glue these onto the wings. And this is just continuing the rope around the body of the bee. A shot of the bee that's put all together. Now we're going to go back and we're going to build, I'm going to paint some yellow onto the bee, and then we'll build our floral items onto our bee. And I'm just using some yellow paint and freehanding some lines across here on my bee. If you're going to put your bee outside, you'll want to be sure that you use some type of an outdoor paint so it doesn't run onto your door. Purchased this yellow ribbon with the polka dots along with the buffalo plaid from Walmart. I just made really big loops and used some floral wire and twisted that into the center. And then I found this honeybee ribbon from Michael's. I made a bigger bow and twisted that onto the center. I got all of my floral items from the Dollar Tree. I purchased 2 different greens and then 1 sunflower. And I'm just using my hot glue gun to glue these into place. I put my sunflowers here on first. And then I went back and just added a little greenery where I thought it needed a little bit more green. And here's my little honeybee. This is so festive for summer. The colors really pop out with that yellow in the center against the black and the white of the bee. And I had just taken some of that rope and spray painted it black and twisted it in circles to make his little antennas. And I just used my hot glue gun to attach those. I used the rope again right in the center of the back to make a little hanger to hang him up with. Well, we hope you enjoyed our video today. We want to say thanks again to Unicorn Dust Designs and Indiana Jones for hosting the Try It Tuesday challenge. We'll have their information in our description box, along with the links of the other great crafters in the playlist and the links of the 3 other YouTubers that we got inspired by for our DIYs in this video. If you're new to Southern gmoregals, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss any of our upcoming DIY videos. I'll link some of our other DIY videos down in our description box for you to check out. We also have a Springtime in the Smokies series video collection. If you're thinking about visiting the western mountains of North Carolina, it'll give you some tips and some ideas for planning your trip. Thanks again for watching. We hope everyone enjoyed our video and have a great day.